So after I played an Emrakul colorless deck a couple weeks ago, one of my viewers suggested that I try actually Hope of Girapur, saying that it's most likely a better colorless deck because you can do like a Voltron stacks kind of build with it. And so I figured I'd try that out. I couldn't find any deck list whatsoever as a baseline, so I just kind of put this together, uh, as best as I could. I actually tried a few different decks. I tried a big mana, kind of like the Emrakul one, but that kind of suffers from the same problems. It's slow. It doesn't really do anything, and if your artifact mana gets disrupted, you pretty much die without ever doing anything, and that's not really that fun. And then I tried kind of a mid-rangey one, and that kind of had some contrasts. It was hard to decide like if you were going big mana or if you were going for an aggro plan. And then what I decided was probably what was the best was just to go kind of all out aggro with stacks to hopefully stabilize with you with a better board position than your opponent, and try and get out a win that way. And I'm not gonna lie, in testing, this deck hasn't been very good. Which is to say, it's been good, but not really good enough. I've had a lot of test games where, my opponent won with 3 to 5 life, that kind of thing, and so it feels a lot like mono red that way. That like if it's not 30 life, you basically did nothing. But it's still kind of fun. Like it's a fun deck to play. And I like it more than playing mono red. It's probably worse than mono red because mono red at least has more reach. But I figured I'd give it a try anyways. It's a fun deck, like I said. It's interesting. Maybe somebody else can come up with a build that's a little bit better and works a little better. The one stacks piece that I didn't put in is Trinisphere, because it interferes with all our mana discounting things like affinity. Like Trinisphere, no matter what, something with affinity is going to cost 3. With your Foundry Inspector, it's not going to reduce it to less than 3. Metalwork Colossus, etc. Nothing can ever reduce something less than 3. So Trinisphere really interfered with us more than it would our opponent, because you can't get those free spells and stuff like that. So, but I did put in, Static Orb, and Sphere Resistance, and there's a bunch of, Smokestack, Tangle Wire, Winter Orb, Torpor Orb, Pithing Needle. Some of them I'm not sure how good they are. Phyrexian Revoker is pretty good because it fits both roles. And then, just a bunch of creatures. And I'm stretching, I searched and searched and searched, and I am stretching the definition of what is a good equipment. Some of them are a little bit suboptimal. I mean, I don't like playing bad equipment, so, probably the most suboptimal is like Loxodon Warhammer's a little expensive. And then I'm not playing the other boots because Shroud is not very good. And then, Batterskull, the equipment cost is 5. That's pretty ridiculous. I think I cut the Double Strike one because it wasn't very good. But, there's some decent decent equipment. Onaginata is probably a little bit of a stretch, but it's decent. Golem Skin Gauntlet is alright. Masterwork of Ingenuity only works if you have another equipment. I've actually had somebody kill one of my equipments in response. And so, yeah. And then I'm also stretching the definition of what's a good artifact creature. So, some of them aren't that great. And also, there are some Eldrazi in here. And it's important to note that modular only works with artifact creatures. Not just any creature, artifact creatures. So if your only other creature is an Eldrazi, its modular doesn't do anything. So it's very important to be aware of that. So I've gone on too long, so I'm going to just play some games. Alright, we got a game. We are on the draw. Playing against Niv-Mizzet, the combo machine. We got 3 lands and some spells. Seems good to me. Been wondering about this Myco-Synth Golem. It's not as good as the Colossus, because affinity for artifacts requires a number of artifacts, not the mana cost of those artifacts. We'll play Nexus so that it's active. Oops. And our hope. There's still hope for Girapur. I don't know where Girapur is. I don't pay that much attention to this story. Goblin Electromancer. Well, we don't have anything we can do against that, unfortunately. Let's get in. We're certainly not blocking. There's nothing we can cast here, because this costs 3. This costs 3, this costs 3, this costs 3. Alright. A little bit awkward. I guess we could have gotten in with an Inkmoth Nexus. That probably would have been correct. Alright, so he's probably going to counter. What's our least valuable thing? Scrap Trawler right now. Let's get in. Alright, it resolves. We don't get anything back, but I might still block this. I doubt he'll attack with the Electromancer. Alright, well that's a Niv-Mizzet next turn. That's a hexproof Niv-Mizzet next turn. Feeling we're gonna get machine gunned. We still can't cast both things. Because this is an artifact. We could cast the sword and then cast the Frogmite. That's probably fine. I am going to attack with a Scrap Trawler. Alright, he's blocking. Perhaps that was an unwise attack, because it gives him less things that he has to shoot down with Niv-Mizzet. Is he not casting it? Oh, he doesn't have nearly the colored mana, does he? I missed that. What is this? Oh, take another turn. Okay. It's a really expensive Explore. One Power Stone. More colorless mana. What do we put this on? Could flash in like a Snapcaster or something and block the Frogmite, but if he's got a kill spell, then we lose our flying creature. I think we still go for the flying creature. Let's Ink Moth. Oh, he does have a kill spell, it looks like. Exarch. Okay, so he can tap the Hope. Alright. That was going to happen either way. I guess now because we activated the Ink Moth, we can't cast anything. Alright, let's go ahead and play a land. Say go. A lot of colorless mana there. So we have 3. So this thing still costs a bunch. 8 mana for this thing. Yeah, this thing probably isn't very good. This makes it 4. Let's see if he's got more tricks. Alright, we're attacking. That's a good sign. Nope, that's not a good sign. Six mana. Capsize. Alright. That's no fun. Let's play Mutavault. Let's recast our Hope. And let's play Meta Reshaper. Draw 2 cards. Alright, so he can no longer capsize this turn. Unless he plays an island and then he's using up the capsize. Not an island. We could equip it to the Ink Moth. creature. This isn't an artifact. I get so many man lands. Probably should have just attacked with all, but it was actually pretty satisfying to do that. Alright, and he has to discard a card. And we get to untap all our lands. How much does this thing cost? 7. We can technically cast it. It's a giant thing. Probably gets countered. That's probably fine. Let's see what happens. Makes everything like basically free. So if he gets a blue mana, he can finally play Niv-Mizzet. I guess it's a blue or a red mana. He's got a Shivan Reef. He can go either way. Just saying go. Wonder what's going on here. Alright, the land's not great. We're gonna get capsized. We can tech edge him, can't we? Just realized that. So we should do that. Oh, I should have done it before combat. Because that's his 2 blue mana. And then we could have equipped the sword to something else. He's got 2 red, though. What is this? Is it just another capsize? Comet Storm. 5. Five damage to each of them. Alright. Very well. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, so let's... Could go after Splinter Twin or something like that, so I think I want to hit his red mana and his blue mana. And do that. And play the tower, and we can cycle this Blasted Landscape. We've drawn plenty of lands. Alright, it's tapped blue mana, so he can't capsize us. Alright. Well, we can't make anything fly. But we can make it so he has to block, I think. Draw a card, then discard a card. Alright. I think I'm going to cast the Hope. Just uses our mana the best. Gives us something to put the sword on. Alright, so now we don't have to worry about Splinter Twin. He could probably play Niv-Mizzet now, though. Yeah, that's enough mana to play Niv-Mizzet. And then he can haste it and shoot down the Hope. But he can't he shouldn't be able to draw any cards. Actually, if we draw a land, we can force him to sacrifice it. But I think he has to block. Alright, well that's pretty good. Does this force him to block? Because then it'll have +2. It'll be a 7/4. If we put it on the Frogmite, I guess we don't have to put anything on the Frogmite because we have the Spatial Contortion. Put it on this. And then let's Mutavault. It's a little all-in-y, but that's what this deck does. I don't think he can afford to block anything but the Matter Reshaper. He has to block something. Gets to shoot down the Hope. Spatial Contortion doesn't do anything. Takes 4 damage. We get something. Batter Skull. And let's play the Stinger. If he wants to shoot that down, we get to put a counter on something else. Maybe that would have been a reason to play it last turn. So he needs 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 for that. Leaves him with 1 mana open. So he can play Niv-Mizzet. It draws him a card. Yeah, okay, he's looking to capsize. Alright, well, let's spread him thin. The manlands have worked pretty well in this one. Alright, here comes a capsize. I'm pretty sure that's what's coming. I guess we can't recast what he capsizes. He can't capsize twice. So he goes down to 1. Alright, draw and discard. Certainly made us grind this one out. Be nice if we had the Fire and Ice sword. It's in our deck. Just haven't drawn it. Alright. Curiosity. Oh my god, did he just... Wait, 1 life, man. Story of this deck. At 1 life. Alright, got another game. We're on the draw. Playing against Zada. He looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep it. We can play out the Mox Diamond and then the Springleaf Drum, but we don't have anything to do with that extra mana. He's just gambling right away. Interesting. Got rid of Goblin Matron. Don't know if that was what he gambled for, but... Alright, well... I don't think we're ready to Sphere of Resistance just yet. But that is an advantage to playing the Springleaf Drum here. Let's play the Tower, play the Hope, play the Mox Diamond, getting rid of Urza Mine. Urzatron's pretty impossible to come by. And we'll just say go from there. We might play the Thoughts Not Seer next turn. Let's go ahead and do that. Although I do like the Sphere of Resistance against Zada. I don't think he can... do anything with it right away. We can kind of make sure he can't. Alright, what do we got here? We got Downhill Charge, Imperial Recruiter, a Crow and Crusader. I kind of want to get rid of both of these. Which one's the worst? Let's get rid of the Recruiter. Did he have a land in there? He did not. Alright, so there's a Crusader. He could downhill charge it. Oh, he just drew that? Alright, well that's pretty good. Does that mean we want to wait? Because we can duplicate. If we play this... So he can downhill charge one thing. It gets +2, +0. So we don't want to attack with Mutavault. But we're fine to attack with all this. Well, he could downhill charge immediately after playing Zada, and then we take, what, 3 damage? Or 9 damage? 10, 11, 12. That's fine. It's not blocking, not surprising. Yeah, so we're at 5 mana. I don't think I want to play the Sphere of Resistance just yet. Alright, Skull Clamp. Well, that's not great. If we draw a land and he doesn't... Well, he's not going to play Zada. Then we could play the Sphere of Resistance, but we need to draw a land. We hit the Crow and Crusader first. That's strange. Hit a land? Didn't hit a land. Alright, so yeah, we hit a land ourselves. So let's attack first. Play the Gargoyle Castle. And I mean, mean, we could almost make a gargoyle. But now's the time to Sphere of Resistance. He can't cast Zada next turn. We can still duplicate whenever we want to. Alright, he's skull clamping. Wonder if he got a bit greedy on lands. I don't know, if you're not going to block, why are you... Alright, so let's do that. I don't understand the not attacking if you're not going to block. You know, a whole bunch of life. And then he does block when it has trample. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright, well, we got the Warhammer out in play. We can equip it to the Hope. He can no longer cast the free spell, the Downhill Charge, for free. It costs 1 mana. Oh no, it's still free because he's got the medallion. Well, that's great. But yeah, we actually need to use this, don't we? I mean, we could. No, we can't. Wait, we tap Hope. Well, no. Okay. So it's 4 mana and then 2 mana, and then it untaps all our lands, but not our creature. So we can't do the duplicate. Do we need to fear death? No charge. We've seen that. I think I'm going to be a bit greedy here. He has to discard a card. Get rid of Mirror Wing Dragon. Alright, so... Oh, the Mox Diamond doesn't tap either, so we can't activate this. Alright. Maybe that was greedy. It felt right. Alright. An unkicked Bushwalker. You can downhill charge for +4/+4. He does have 3 other cards in his hand. It's +4/+0. It doesn't really do anything, though. Not right now. Alright, land is great. Do we want to... Yeah, let's... It's a bit risky to equip this thing, isn't it? We don't really need to. I would rather... duplicate. And we don't need to worry about if we untap or not. It's great if we untap all our lands, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so he's Chaos Warping the Sword of Feast and Famine. And we get a Worm Coil Engine. So we wouldn't have been able to play... If we had equipped the Warhammer, we wouldn't have been able to play the duplicate. And I don't think I could be greedy for two turns. We still would have got this Worm Coil Engine, which is just amazing. I think he's dead. Yeah, he's skull clamping a Goblin Bushwhacker. Goblin War Chief has haste. Sacrifice a goblin, regenerate target creature. Alright, so this is 9 damage. He can block 5 of it. Or 4 of it. So he takes 5. And then 2 here, 1 here, 2 here. I think we got him dead. If we put that there. And then, so yeah, it's... because he can block 2 here and 2 here and then just take 9, 10. I think that does it. Double lifelink, but the trample is what we want. We want to get through that damage. Putting it on the Hope of Girapur allows him to just block normally here. I think that does it. He could downhill charge, but that doesn't do anything. And so it's 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so now it's 9. You might not be reading that this says trample. It says trample on it as well. And there we go. -2. Alright. Alright, we got another game. We are on the draw. Hand looks alright. Playing against Kaalia. Looks like a tapped Blood Trap. There's no mana in his mana pool. He hasn't taken damage. Alright. Not going to Wasteland turn 1. Probably not turn 2. Well, that's interesting. We'll just go for that then. Like never happens. Just natural Tron. You know, 100 card singleton deck. We'll probably just get wastelanded or something, but you know, still neat. Alright, a Signet. Do we need a wasteland now? I don't really want to deal with Kaalia just yet. I'm not going to sacrifice it. Whenever it attacks, so I guess the hope on blocking duty could make it unattractive for him to attack. It's a little risky, though. Alright, he's got his own wasteland. Yeah, so we are... Yep, that makes sense. Marble Diamond. Alright. So I guess we'll just gain 2 life, since it doesn't really matter. Don't think he has a way to give it haste. So that's all his mana. I wonder if I want to, with this Buried Ruin, we could just get the Hope back. We could have it go to our graveyard. I don't think it matters a lot what we play here. So let's just, play the Skull Clamp. But then we're guaranteed trading if he swings in with it. But then we get 2 cards, and then we still have an active Edge champion. I'm gonna risk it. I mean, he could just drop dragons and they're tapped and attacking. It's hard playing a deck with no interaction against a deck like this. Normally this deck would have trouble in the format because it would just... Kaalia would get removed immediately, but we have like 2 places of removal in the whole deck. Most of them cost a lot of mana. Alright. Going after our mana. Certainly has a lot more mana than we do. I don't think I want to Pithing Needle anything yet. I'm glad I played a land that doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's not Pithing Needle anything yet. Pithing Needle Expedition map. Very marginal value. Alright. Did he just draw something? Angel, Demon, or Dragon. Oh. Oh. That's brutal. And he's going after a land? I just wanna play Magic, man. It's kept us at 1 mana. Alright, let's have this go to the graveyard. Let's block that thing. We're still dealing with a 4-2. Or 5-5. And he's killed all our lands except for 1, which sucks. And he's playing something big. He just replays Kaalia. Yeah, that's brutal. Well, that hurts us a lot more than it hurts him. So I think we're just dead. He had all the land removal. And like I said, we just can't interact with something like Kaalia. Alright, so let's go down to 20. If he gets a Dust Bowl, so help me. He's going to get a Dust Bowl, isn't he? Bajuka Bug. Alright. That actually kind of helped me. Alright, Walking Ballista's a thing. Let's play Scavenger Grounds and an Edge Champion and Prey. Doesn't really do that much, since it can't fly. We take 7 more. We go to 13. Unless he's got another big angel, dragon, or demon he drew. Oh, jeez. Alright. 9/9. He has to sacrifice it next turn. I mean, we're not dead. We're dead next turn. Yeah, we're dead. And he can pay for it. Alright. Alright, we got a game. We are on the play. This hand looks alright. The masterwork doesn't do anything right now, but we'll keep it. We're playing against Glissa. I was away from my keyboard for a second. I made him wait to start the match. I don't know if all is dust. belongs in the deck. It's such a blowout when you can get to that kind of mana. It's super slow though. Alright, so Swamp. Spatial Contortion. Do we risk our land by attacking? Probably. Could get our land fatal pushed or ulcerated or a couple other things. Take a poison counter and a damage. Not super great for turn 2, but gotta start somewhere. We can at least kill Glissa. Tangle Wire slows him down, but then we're just doing 1 damage per turn. We have to tap 3 things next turn. I think it's too early for Tangle Wire. Let's attack. We could revoke the Mind Stone. It doesn't use our mana very well. I'm just going to play this Automaton. There are no equipments to... Sure. I'd like to draw a mana. Alright. That is Simulacrum. This is really starting to look like a pretty bad hand. Just hasn't come together right. No equipment, no... I mean, the masterwork doesn't count. And then him getting the Solemn, putting 2 permanents into play, really hurts the Tangle Wire plan. Right. I don't know if we attack here with the Automaton. Let's go for it. Man, those are some annoying triggers when there's nothing. He's gonna block. I mean, why wouldn't you block? Let's play the Revoker. Name Mind Stone. Come on. Mind Stone. There he goes. Yeah, so even mana abilities. The way Phyrexian Revoker works. Mere Retriever. Alright. Got one of those too. And a Glissa. Not drawing mana has certainly hurt us. If we don't kill the Glissa right now, then he kills one of our artifacts and it gets back Solemn. It's probably not the worst thing in the world. I need to play this Foundry Inspector. It counts as mana. It's got a ton of mana and a ton of cards. We've been constrained on mana, and none of our cards do anything. Except for Spatial Contortion. That one's pretty good. Guess he could kill the Foundry Inspector. Sidisi. Alright. Gonna exploit the Mere Retriever, get back Solemn. Clearly not going to block the Glissa. Not sure what's taking him so long. Alright. I don't think the Tangle Wire does anything. Let's spatially contort Glissa. Let's attack in the sky. I don't know if we wanted to Ink Moth. Probably not. We could tap down 4 mana. Although one of those is the Mind Stone. So he gets 3 mana left. That might be almost good enough. I don't know. Slows us down too. Not as much as him. I don't think I'm doing much else. Let's do that. Can prevent him from playing Glissa almost certainly. I don't know what he tutored for. Alright, he taps down. Alright, so he can cast Glissa if he plays a land. Doesn't look like a land. Oh, he plays the Solemn. Okay, that makes sense. Down on equipment, Hope Gearper is looking pretty bad. Maybe I need, so we want this one first, and then the fading first. So it's this. I guess these two. We're not going to attack with those. Alright. Well, that's free, isn't it? Sure wish I had an equipment to copy. If I got a good equipment, getting 2 of them. Oh, I definitely should have Ink Moth Nests here. Do I have a... No, I did it late. Well, I guess we can Tech Edge? Is that even good? Don't really want to hurt my own lands. No, Tech Edge probably isn't good. And he has to tap down 3 things. Mind Stone's an easy one. Good to see him tapping out his creatures. Costs 5 mana for Glissa. Looks like he's... Nope. Shield Rid. Well, that sucks. So we want... that way. Alright. Too bad that resolves first. So I guess it's this guy. And this, and this one isn't getting through. I think we're dead here. Our hand has not come together. And our opponent's hand has been great. The masterwork has looked awful. It's trigger, man. A lot of times the deck is actually fun to play even when it's losing. This was not one of those times that, it's definitely because I haven't gotten any equipment. Maybe I need to stretch the definition of what's a good equipment a little further, but man, some of them are just bad. And things like cranial plating you can't actually play. Oh my god. Alright. Let's probably throw in the towel here. He's just played big mana spell after big mana spell. We'll see what we draw. But it's got to be like a miracle card. I mean, an Ancient Tomb to cast as All of Dust isn't even good enough. I don't know. I guess random 2/2. Tap the Tangle Wire. Thorn of Amethyst does nothing. He's gonna fry our board next turn, so we're just gonna throw in the towel. Alright, we got another game. We are on the play. Playing against Thrun. We're missing a land here. I don't know. Some interesting disruptive pieces. Let's try it. Off chance we just run like 3 lands in a row and we want to cycle that Blasted Landscape at some point in the future. Not super likely. Alright, so Tangle Wire already looking pretty bad. Let's play the Relic. I don't know if we cycle it right away. I don't think we really need to do anything against Thrun here. Oh geez, he's already dropping Thrun. Alright, Jit's a card. Jit's a real life card. I think we wait until next turn to play it. Play the Foundry Inspector. We're probably getting beaten down by Thrun pretty hard here. Chances are he's putting something on it. Alright, just a Tireless Tracker. That's fine. Alright, I like that actually. Because we can kill the, well, we actually have run 3 lands in a row, haven't we? I was half joking about that possibility. Gotta kill the Tireless Tracker pretty much right away. Alright. So we're on a 4-turn clock with this Thrun. We can always chump, at least so far, but there's a chance he'll make it trampling at some point. The Jit might help. The Jit might actually help a lot. Lifelink definitely hurts. Alright. Nothing we can do there. He gets vigilance too? Jeez. I forgot about all the fight cards they play. I don't think we want to throw this guy into the Thrun. Let's play this guy for 3. Let's equip this to it. Say go. Down to 1 card. See what that card is, apparently right away. Jeez. Brutal. +3/+0 and trample. Is that? I mean, this is free. We could equip it. Play the Tango Wire. And then I doubt he can attack. Maybe he can. Equip the Scrap Trawler. Let's play the Tango Wire. He's at 45 life. We're not attacking. We can't risk it. We might have to chump if he makes a really good draw. Worldly Tutor. I mean, there's only so many of these fight spells. His draws have actually been incredible. Reclamation Sage on the Onaganata, or the Jit, or the Tango Wire. Oh yeah, he can tap the Basilisk Collar. That's pretty cute. I can do that the same with all of my equipment. At least that it cuts off his draw. Like, he had 1 card, now he has 1 card. So he gets a really good card, but alright, he kills the Jit. Don't think he can attack. He can maybe attack. Yeah, we get a Alright, we get the JIT back. So it's... I always like to take my time on this. Until you're super used to playing with it. Smokestack. Yeah, that's probably fine. Oh, it only cost 3. How much does this cost? Let's not tap any mana. Let's see how much it costs. Cost 2. Okay. Alright, so we can do both. Definitely not attacking. Does it matter? Not this turn. But in general, you want them to sacrifice before tapping. I don't think the Tangle Wire does anything anymore. So we probably want to sack it right away and get the JIT back. Might be the one time you actually want to put the smokestack trigger first, because we actually actively want to sacrifice something. Although the order of things kind of matters, doesn't it? Equal. Does he have trample? Oh, he's got regenerate. Oh, I forgot it. Read Thrun. Okay. Alright, so this is a stack of triggers here. So we want this first, then this. I think I want to put, I think I still want, no, it's 3 mana, it doesn't get anything back. So we might as well put a counter on it and then sacrifice no permanents. Yes. And then tap this and this. Tangle Wire doesn't do anything anymore, but and then do I want to sacrifice this to play the automaton so that I can equip this on that? You can still regen. Like, it doesn't do anything if it's equipped. We can definitely move the JIT with the automaton. I don't know if equipping here does anything. We're gonna... Let's just play the automaton. Oh, that's nice. It'll actually... Okay, it won't let us attach... It let us pick to attach the Onaganata. But, alright, so we want him to sacrifice before tapping. Never hurts to spend your time thinking about how you want to stack these triggers. Alright, sack the reclamation stage. That's great. And he only has to tap 2 things. Alright. He's at 49 life. Alright, so we are chumping. You didn't need to do that. I'm just looking to get some counters on this thing. So that's plus 8, plus that's 11, 12. So I think if we sack the, maybe we could have, I probably could have, because I think if it has no counter, if it's dead, it has no counters on it, and then I don't have to tap anything. I can just tap an equipment, so it doesn't really matter. But I might have wanted to put the tapping first, tap the tangle wire, and then sack the tangle wire. So we want a soot counter after we sacrifice. So let's sacrifice the tangle wire. Yep. Oh, we do have to tap something. Good to know. Doesn't really... How many things does it think I need to attack? Tap. 2? Oh, because there was 2 on it when it died. Okay. So that's even important to note. Wow. So that's expensive. So if he kills... Oops. The Foundry Inspector, before we get a chump with it. Oh, I should have pumped it. Doesn't really matter. Maybe it does if he kills the Jit. Alright. Let's just say go. So we're just chumping, and then hopefully we can deliver 11 damage to him. Alright, we didn't have a way to deal with it. So yeah, I thought there was no way to come back from that, but we drew all the right equipments, and actually managed to come back from that. So we got another game. We're on the draw. I cut a couple of the lower performing cards, the Relic, and the 7 mana, everybody sacrifices all colorless. And I added some new equipment. Nothing's in my hand, but we're playing against Thrasios and Tymna. Let's go ahead and keep. He's got a turn 1 Ancient Tomb. And do a growth chamber. Alright. Bone Splitter's pretty good. Do I want to wait on this Ravager? Probably. Turns all of our cards into a threat. Including doing 3 commander damage on turn 2. Hard to be wrong there. Alright. We got wastelanded. So we could do a big all-in here. I don't know. It seems like fun. Oh no, we can't. We can only play the Archbond Ranger, play the... Let's do that. We should do that after combat. Let's play the Spring Lake Drum. Play the Pithing Needle. Named Thrasios. You can't Tymna yet. Shackles. Oh geez, this is a very problematic card for me. I wish I had the Pithing Needle still. Well, I guess our only option here is to go all in. Long time before you'll be able to shackles that. And you're dead next turn. If he has removal, we're pretty much screwed. Rest in peace. Oh, because that would, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have probably gone on it. Maybe, I mean, I wouldn't have if you played Rest in Peace. But yeah. Alright, so there's how good Archbond Ravager is. We already kind of knew that, though. Alright, we got another game. We are on the play. We have only one land. What are we playing against anyways? Keranos. Ugh. This is keepable. The Torpor probably does nothing. But that's pretty good too. We definitely want that. Although it's not a land. So we have to play it. He could spell snare it. I think we... Let's just attack. Could also force spike it, daze it, spell pierce it. Just all kinds of things. But we have no guarantee of a land next turn, so we need it online as soon as possible. Alright, we got protection on it. Not the greatest protection in the world, but we'll play this Ornithopter. Such cool art. Ornithopter doesn't look great here, but it carries equipment. You know, we do have the Steel Overseer. We have a bunch of other ways to put counters on it and stuff like that. So that's why I included it in the deck. I'm going to play the Hanger Backwalker for 1. Maybe the Jit? Jit doesn't probably do as much against this deck. Let's play the Hanger Backwalker. He might counter it. It's fine if that's the case. How many lands do we have in this deck? I've been running out of lands quite a 38. So it's just bad luck that I'm running out of lands. I'm gonna memory lapse this. Memory lapse would be the worst. Power sink. Okay. Nope. He's got an opt. Keranos is going to be a bit of a problem. If we draw a land, we can Static Orb, but he's probably just going to counter it. Well, we didn't draw land, we drew a Ghost Fireblade. Wonder what he's thinking about. He might have a good counterspell and he's wondering if he really wants to use it. Yeah, alright, that's a pretty good one. Definitely bad luck on these lands. Like, I didn't get greedy with the land count at all. 38 plus a Mox Diamond. It's not horrible. Alright, so our Ornithopter's going to die soon. But we can keep chipping away at 1 damage at him. Alright, that's pretty good. Do we want to play the Static Orb? Or do we want to play the Jit? Or do we want to play the Matter Reshaper? I think the Matter Reshaper is probably the best. I don't know. The Static Orb hurts us quite a bit. probably shouldn't have done this before combat. With any luck, we'll hit like an equipment here. That would be fantastic. If he kills the Matter Reshaper, that is. He might just go after us. Which is where the Jip might come in handy. Yep, he's going after our face. What is this? Subterranean tremors. All right. What does that do? Pithing Needle has not been great. He actually destroyed all artifacts too. All right. Let's play the worker. Oh, that's it's just gonna get killed by Keranos. I mean, it might not. He could draw land, which is just as bad. But it will. Alright, I don't think we can win this matchup. Some matchups are just really, really bad. So that actually went worse than it did in testing. In testing, I never had a game that I felt like I was completely out of. And I won a few games. I mean, I won, what, 3 games there? A lot of them felt like luck or, you know, like a really risky all-in play against Tymna. Or, you know, I mean, it's definitely equipment makes the deck better. So I think cutting some of the suboptimal cards and adding equipment, I think Pithing Needle could probably be replaced with another equipment. The deck definitely needs some refinement. You know, it might be good enough. It's probably not ever going to be good enough, but it, you know, maybe somebody can refine it and come up with a good deck or something like that. But being colorless, it's so limited on what you can play, and so I don't know. It just felt like there were so many games that we were just completely out of. There was just nothing we could do, and that's not a great feeling in Magic. What might be interesting would be to play like Silas Wren and Akiri, which are artifact-centered partner ones. And then, like, you don't have to play these Spatial Contortion Warping Whale, which aren't great cards. I mean, they're decent, but they're, like, your only options. And then you can play Galvanic Blast, you can play Cranial Plating, you can play some of the cool Metalcraft creatures and other Metalcraft effects and stuff like that. And still have, like, this kind of artifact shell. And then maybe not play as many of the Eldrazi. I mean, maybe Thought-Knot Seer. Thought-Knot Seer is pretty much always good. But, you know, that might be an interesting deck. And maybe I'll try that at some point in the future. But I think at this point, so far, there isn't really any hope for Colorless, unfortunately. I think it's just got far too many bad matchups. It's worse than Mono Red. And it's, you know, it was fun to play initially, but as it grinds on, it gets less and less fun to play when you just play in matchups where you have no outs. And so, I'm gonna retire this deck for now. But it was decent, I guess. There were some fun wins that were pretty cool. But so thank you guys for watching. You have a good night.